they said there's a leak. So here we go again. I can hear it. Right. That's not helpful. Okay, let's pull down the loft. So this is live and dark. Oh. Okay, get the old sticker. Mind the light. That. Oh, mind the toys. Jeez. All in the day of a heating engineer. Come on. You're gonna. Anyway, that's all right. We've got work to do. Ow, my head. Oh, yeah. No, I can't get that. Oh, shit. Okay, so what's this? Any lights up here? Oh, that's not good. That's a cylinder. A very large, fucking hell, a very large cylinder that looks like it's about to explode in front of me. So, let's turn some water off. Jesus. So I want to turn some water off to this as soon as possible, because if you don't, there's high chances that this is going to go wrong right in front of me. So I'm just going to find the lever, so I'm going to put this camera down. Shit, I just heard it click. I don't want to be in it. Shit. It's not good. Pull some pressure off straight away, because that's dripping like crazy. That's a seriously large vessel. What's the name up there? If that goes, and that's warm, that water. So, wow. Let's go to work. What I don't get is why it's just instantly started coming on in here, because this floor would be typically soaked. Why they just didn't, anyway, leave it switched off, because clearly it's been leaking for a while and they knew it. Anyway, let's get back with the program. So they're not even here, so now we're just gonna have a look in there. Clearly we need to turn some electrics off, so give me a second, I'm going to get some more light in here. Need to drain this as quick as we can, so I'll go and get my little trick. We'll release the pressure on it, check first of all that the stat's actually turning off this, and do some evaluation of what's going on. Okay, so it looks like, yeah, you can see it, looks like there's water coming straight out from that. I can't get a very good shot. There's probably a better shot, but it's been leaking there, and it's one of those sealed unitsy type things, so it's either O-ring or rubber jobby in there. So I'm going to check to see where the power's coming. So I'm just looking at this. So this motorised valve is open, so we need to check to see if there's a demand, etc., for hot water, and go from there, make sure that that's actually working. Well, this is a bit of luck. So somebody's put a lever on here, and the lever attaches into the ton dish. So there's your ton dish for your expansion and TRPR. So, and then what they've done is teed into the cold coming in, which is a nice little touch. So in theory, to drain, that's all we've got to do. Let it crack on. Happy days. Make sure there's a tap and we're good to go. Okay, so I've rested a set of grips on it. It's perfectly open, keeping it going. I'm going to go and check to make sure that pipe goes somewhere sensible and that they haven't chucked it somewhere like in a spare bedroom. So come down. Both taps seem to be doing what they do. Check on the bedroom. Hello, hello. And then we'll have a look out the window. And in typical style, it's just pouring down a fucking more. And that's why that should be in a proper hopper and not there where it is cascading down a fucking hot wall. So the first thing I want to do is make sure this motorised valve is closing. So, okay, so turn the stat down. And let's have a look. And that's closed, so the stat is definitely turned on, turned off. So we know that that's functioning okay now. So turn the power off, and we'll have to connect up onto the cold there on the dropper on the drain here. Let's go onto that drain there. So everyone knows that I'm a reality-based plumber, and I do what I do because it's real. And the usual thing with all of this stuff is the parking, is the finding out where the isolation is. Now, there's nothing up here, and typically now begins the hunt to find the isolation. I found some switches down there, so fuck 'em. Turn them all off, like I give a shit. Let's go and check the boiler. Get fed up with just trying to work stuff out. Okay, let's have a look. Cool, boiler's gone out. Doesn't mean to say 100% that it's dead, but that's a good start. So clearly it was one of those switches. It's never straightforward finding this stuff. You're going to have to go upstairs, you're going to have to go downstairs, around the boiler, every switch in these places. But that's what you let yourself in for. So now we need to do some tests to make sure that that's all off there, no power, nothing, so we're not going to get a zap. And clearly all of this stuff here, so do your own checks. I'm not going to show the electrical checks because that's nonsense. You should all get into your own way, whether you're using multimeters, whether you're using all sorts of different stuff, volt sticks, whatever you find works for you and that's completely competent, then you use it. And if you are at all unsure, change it and get some proper instruction from somebody that knows what they're talking about. A belt from this would give you a heart attack, trust me, I know. In typical style, I've checked it with multimeter and there's about 2 volts there, so I ain't going to worry. I'm going to go down to the fuse, disconnect, and we'll go from there. So I've got a Milwaukee pump transfer. I'm going to go onto there and we're going to suck the life out of this because I ain't got time to wait for this. And as if by magic, yeah. Woohoo! Sucking it out. Cool. Get that going a bit quicker now. Of course, what I'm finding is that the ton dish is sucking in, so I'm going to stop it for a minute. What I'm going to do is block that ton dish. So, block that up. That should give us a seal. And just don't forget to take it out. So. Oh, no, that's hot. Okay, so it's drained down, and so now we've got this no man's land because you can't stand here. You've got to put your foot over there. There's a bar here right in your way. So, day in the life of the plumber, eh? Right, Right, so to get the element out, you need one of these special tools from this style. So the idea is that this bit locates it and these two bits go in there. It's pretty thick. You can use a small spanner or something like that to go across the flat and undo it. So we'll just undo it, see what happens. So I've kind of loosened it. And so the idea is you just unscrew it out. I can hear it sucking, which means that there's still water in it or something. So I need to check that. So once you've got that out, then you're just left with the task of just giving it a wiggle to pull it out. So hopefully with a hoover at the ready, just in case. We'll just grab something, grab the centre. Sorry, it's quite difficult to film this. Okay, it doesn't seem to have any water, so I'll pull it out. Hopefully it'll get past this joist. If it doesn't, we're screwed. So that's it, fresh out. So there was a leak on this, so now we need to have a look and see. Oh, well, you can see there straight away. It looks like there's an issue with that. It's either got too hot, I mean, for me, a bit of lubricant might have helped, but I'm not sure if they say use lubricant, but yeah, that's your issue. Okay, so we've screwed the new one in, and what I've done is I've done it dry. I'm guessing that's how the manufacturer would want it. Ordinarily, I'd use a bit of lube on it, but I feel that if you lube this rubber, then what it'll want to do is try and slip out a little bit easier. So my theory is, but I've put lube on the nut so that the nut is easier, it's less friction for it to go into, and clearly this is, well, you can see it's degrading. Look, it's degrading on my thumb, so finger, so this is shot, so just over time, that is. So nice little job though. So back on with the water. We have just turn that on. Probably can't see. Tightened up the drain, and so we can check on that. And that's filling up nicely. So I can go downstairs if I want, but by the time that pressure fills up and starts coming out of the tap, I'll probably have put this back together. So nice and easy. Just like for like, one of these at the top, one of these at the bottom, and the live and the neutral across, and the earth in the middle, and that's you. Don't forget to take that out. Make sure the lever's off. We'll put the insulation back on, cover this up. Job's a good one. So this is another job completed. No leaks, cover back on, and now we just put the insulation back on, checking for leaks. Make sure that drain is tight, even though there's a lever in front of it. Clear up the tools, check that these are working, and that's it. So, don't be a cunt. So, need your help. So the customer's just told me that's also his CO detector. So how do we test this then, guys? Because it ain't my area of expertise. Tell me! You're not listening to me, are you? Morning everyone. What a lovely day. Blue skies in London. Anyway, so, need a bit of help. I'm planning on doing my F-gas in the new year, and I need a bit of experience. So, anyone do F-gas, air conditioning, heat pump, whatever, so I can get a bit of experience? If you do, hit me up, message me. I'd love to get a bit of experience on the compressors and all of the different bits and pieces, so that I can have a bit of knowledge before I even go in. If you can, help me out. Have a lovely day. Okay, Okay, so we just come to a Worcester Bosch and there's no power, nothing lights up. So the first thing that we do is take out the fuse on the boiler, check it for continuity. In this case, this one was fine. So the next thing we do is we check for continuity across these two here, clearly with the power off, yeah. So you bleep test this one and bleep test this one. Then you pull this one out here, and this one here pulls out like this, yeah. So you pop that out, and you do the same test, and this is the same. So with your meter, pop it to bleep. On most it's a press, and then the idea is that you check for continuity. Yeah. So in this case, if I can hold it, try and hold it. Use this thing. So with a bleep test, clearly there's nothing. So this is a 2.5. So, and clearly if I get a good one, it bleeps. So we can deduce that this one is knackered. So this is 2.5. So what we now need to do is ascertain why this is blown, if we can. Now, a lot of the times you won't be able to work this out, but what I normally do is pop the electrodes out, pop the pump out of the board here, just pop it off, or you can pull it out from there, whatever. And in this case I've also disconnected the fan, so these are the most prevalent things that are likely to pop it. The other thing is the power supply, but in this case I'm going to pop the fuse back in and see what happens. So clearly the power's off, as I say. So pop this back in. Oops. These are a little bit fiddly, I find. Anyway, there's a way and all that shit. So pop you back in. So you're back in, and electrically should be somewhat good. Turn it on. Okay. So in theory, we got nothing. It would appear we got nothing. So in my opinion, did I pull out? So I need to check to make sure there's power on it. We can go to earth, and then go to live, and we've got 240, so we know there's power to this. We just don't have any power anywhere else. So let's do some more investigations. Okay, so I'll pull the power supply out, which is this one. I'm just going to pop this used one in. See how we get on. Is in position, push down, hopefully. Just need to push down on that. Okay, so I've just replaced this power supply, and with a used one, because you can't get these in where you have to change the whole board. So I'm going to turn it on, see what happens. All the connections are back on. Okay, so we got power and everything. And then it sounded like it just popped again. Okay, so the diverter's moving. So what we'll do is bit by bit. So we'll put the pump back in. Pump or fan? Let's turn it off with the pump. So pump goes back in first. Okay.
moving. Pump's running, which is good. So we'll chuck the fan back in, see what happens. Hopefully we're in a good place. It's still running, which is better than it was doing before. Okay. Taking off. If not, it means that this fan is fucking blowing everything in it. So, fan's in. Turn it on. Cover. Fan moved. Up, joy. Keep it coming, keep it going. Yes. Oh, success.